got plenty of pure essences, plenty of re-raisers in your cache and available. We may need them if we wipe on slimes and golems. Nothing ever goes wrong on golems. I'm just waiting for one more person.
Speaking of golems, I'm gonna preface this before we go in. If you're a tank, do not use a medkit. We already have 2 people using it. If you don't know what that means, don't worry.
The last person that was ready, they were from Party F. I don't know who it was, but when you're ready, just let me know. Perfect. All right, guys, we're going to be going inside DRS now. Make sure you're in the job that you intend to complete the raid in, please. And for those of you that haven't been with us before, hello, my name is Vega. I'm going to take you through DRS today on a trip to visit the Queen with my lovely party leaders. Hopefully get you the clear. Wear some party hats, use some fireworks, and wish Yu and Han a happy birthday. And the queue is up. If you haven't hit commence yet, please tab in and hit commence. All right, we are inside, we are inside, we are inside. I'm going to drop some waymarks. When the barriers go down, there are 2 glowing portals in front of you, 2 glowing pads. Please do not step on the glowing pads. Please do not step on the glowing pads. Okay. If you step on the glowing pads, you cannot come back to the start, which means we may need to leave and re-enter, wasting everybody's essences and re-raisers. So please, one more time, do not step on the glowing pads. We do have somebody streaming the run today, and it's Hollow. I don't know if the YouTube integration works as well as the Twitch one, which is the thing I'm going to say. All right, pure essences on. Activate your re-raisers, please. Slot in the 2 actions that you'll be using for the start of the run. Physical range, please make sure you have perception. Once you have done that, approach the cache. Load up your holster to the maximum with the guidance we've given you in the DRS prep channels. And once you are convinced you are ready, if you are in A, B, or C, you can stand on A. And if you are in D, E, or F, you can stand on D.
Also, real quick to the YouTube. It does work, it's just funky, like linking to your Discord profile. But when it does, it should work.
And again, pure essence is on. Re-raisers active. And then slot in the 2 actions that you'll need at the start. Can we just confirm that both Wrens have Rend in their holster ready to go and 1 equipped for the start? The 2 Wrens that I have assigned for this raid are Rune and Gwyn. Perfect. Rune and Gwyn have both confirmed we have Rend. Can we confirm that the duelist has the correct holster as well, please? And we have 2 excellence targets, Selena and Ferret. Can you please confirm you have excellence ready for both TA and Queen? Just maximising our chances. Perfect. Who is streaming the run? Yes, so the live streaming channel has a link from Hollow. And you can probably post your link as well there, Hitcher, if you want to. Awesome. party leaders, let's get checking everybody's pure essences in your party. Then let me know that your party is ready. Hey, perfect. Golems 1, 2, and 3, you all look ready. So that looks great. If you are in Golems, you'll be following Min down one.
Hello. Just gonna wait for everyone to swap. Missing 3 more people, and then I will start explaining. For now, party leads, if you see your party is being ready, you can tell them to jump down. And once your party leader is told you can jump down, then feel free to do so. Before you do jump down, open up your holster for a sanity check. Make sure your actions are actually in there. If they are not, off to the cache with you. And we can go. Once we are down, you'll see a few sleeping golems. Do not worry about them just yet. And once we're down, make your way between the 4 golems. I need to pull up the roster, and I will do assignments. I will talk about the specific mechanics in a second. First things first, are there any tanks with medikits active? I do see one in my party. Is there a second one? I may have lied earlier. Azella. Alrighty. Then I will have Sweet Talker on Delta, and Azella on Alpha. With Sweet Talker, can I have Zephyrin? And with Azella, let's go with you, Yunori. For Bravo, if I could have Cheche, and with you, Hichu. And I'll be taking Charlie along with Silent Hero. For the rest of the tanks, I believe Lyrica and Lyrica's left, so you'll be going south hallway. I'll explain what that is in a second. Just stand here between C and A. And with you, Oreo. And then for north, Kree and Cyanna. For the DPS, you don't have any specific assignments. You will just be acting as a ball of death, going around and killing things one by one, which I will get to now. So, in front of us, there's the entrance to the granary. Once I click that, the door will open, and these 4 golems will all wake up. And then what we need to do is drag them to the correct colored rooms, so we can kill them on the pads that are the same color. If you look over the walls, you might see there is a white and a red pad, where we don't have a white and a red golem. That is because a little bit after these wake up, they cast Metamorphose. This will shift them forward 1 color in a specific cycle. The short version of that you need to know is the one on Alpha is going to the white room, and the first cast is going to be let go through, and the one on Charlie is going to the red room, and that the first cast we will let it go through. This will shift every golem to the right color, and every single other golem will need to be interrupted. You can do this with interject on tanks or head graze on ranged. I have put both of those skills in chat in case you are playing on a different language client. But yeah, for the golems themselves, they do have specific mechanics. For the two blue ones, they will do a purple AoE at the start, which will give a bleed. Luckily, both our tanks have medkits, so we don't even have to worry about that. And from here, I will explain things in the order that we kill them for the DPS, so you can follow around. First off, we'll start with blue. It's in the bottom left room. We will just kill this one immediately. As I mentioned, it has the purple AoE. It's not that big, but it does hurt. So just pop some mitigations when you see it. The blade will not do anything. Secondly will be the red golem in the top left room. This one's tanked by me. The red golem will tether to the first person that attacks it, so nobody should touch it until it is tethered to myself. And we will get it down to about 20%. On this golem, do not use dots, no damage over time. Don't use any hard-hitting skills, we just want to get it down to about 20, at which point, drag it middle, I will press my immune, and then we kill it on the pad in the middle. Every single golem needs to be killed on the platform in the center of the room. Next, we will go to the green room in the top right. This one, it has no mechanics. It does, but you don't have to worry about them, assuming everything goes right. So we just kill it and then move on to white. White over here will just be, we will get down to about 50%. That is half health. Once it is half health, we stop damage, because if it goes below that, it will then heal itself back up to full, and we need to wait. If you have ever heard of the start of DRS, be referred to as slimes and golems, there's a reason. This is the golem side, and the other side is slimes. They need to both start and end around the same time, and so this is why we wait with the white golem. We will wait for a call in shout chat saying rupture. I'm not going to put it in shout, but it is this word. It will be in shout chat, and when we see that, it means we need to kill the white golem. At that point, just ignore everything. Now, that covers every golem for basically everyone. The people north and south, so that would be Kree, Cyana, Lyrica, and Oreo, you are dealing with the hallway golems. In front of the door, and on the other side of the hallway, there will be two blue circles. These blue circles will occasionally spawn ads. They will tether to the first person that attacks them. You don't really need to worry about that. They don't do that much damage. All you need to do is hit them, keep them in their place, and kill them eventually. It doesn't matter if they live too long, there is no major danger. And we will eventually kill them and build gauge off of them once we are done with everything else. And that covers every golem, except for one more thing. Traps. Range should have perception. If I could just confirm, we have a few. If you have it, just press it. There's one. Do we just have the one? Okay. Okay, we have more than one. Have people scan for traps yet? Please use the colored rooms. Blue, I think. Okay. Yeah, that's blue. So, blue room has a trap, and there is one trap in the hallway. There's always a trap in the hallway, and there's also one trap in the north rooms. We know this because there's only 3 traps, one of them always being in the hallway, and the other 2 being in the rooms. If you have never used perception before, I will grab your attention and put it in and look in the blue room. The trap can either spawn in front of the door, about where the A mark is, or behind the platform where about the B marker is. It cannot be in in any other spot in the rooms. So again, there is going to be a trap in the blue room and one in either red or green. So if I could have someone confirm they're going to blue and someone confirm they're going to green, or green, someone confirm they're going to red for the trapping. And do not forget the trap in the middle. I'm just going to place the A1 mark. Just pick a room and say it in chat. I don't know who has perception aside from Yuki. But that covers everything, so we can start doing ready checks. Okay. Yuki. Alrighty. We have someone doing blue, and Yuki's doing it north. And that is every group on golems ready. Tank stand is on, everyone is tanking something. Once again, traps are in blue, hallway, and north rooms. Be careful going into the blue room. And open the door. Anyone? Yeah, there you go. Thanks, pick up your golems. Everyone can jump into the blue room after the trap is found. There we go. Put the blue on the platform and kill it. Everyone else to your rooms. Last trap's in green. AoEs on blues going out. Careful not to get hit by them. And Metamorphose coming up. Green and blue, prepare to interrupt. Okay, move on to the green room. Do not go into red. Top right. Kill the green golem. It has nothing special, just kill it. Feel free to burst it down. Metamorphose incoming. Prepare to interrupt. Interrupt. Okay. For red, we want to get it down to 20%. That's 2-0. For now, just keep hitting it. Don't use dots. Okay. Slow down damage. Slow down, stop. Okay. Drag it to mid, and we can kill the red. Ooh. Kill the red. Lastly, the white golem, we get down to half health. That's 50%. Healers, you might want to keep Azella alive. She'll be taking a lot of damage now. Once again, don't use dots. And stop. Go hit the hallway golems. Kill them, build your job gauge, don't spend. We can bring the ones north down to south. Interrupt. Just careful the trap. And now we are waiting on slimes. Once they give the rupture call, then we will kill the white. And as we are waiting here, here's your fun fact of the day. The green golem's mechanics is that it eats the hallways, and if it does, it's a wipe. There is a next to no recovery from that. Interrupt. There's rupture, kill the white. Don't spend your job gauge. Just baby 1, 2, 3s. There we go. And we did our job. We can make our way to the platform. All the way north, out the door. Ignore the hallways, they won't do anything. If anyone's dead in your party, healers, don't go up. Well, but I didn't see anyone die, so we should be fine. That said, once you're past the platform, there's going to be 2 chests. You need to pick these up yourself. This applies for every chest in DRS. and you can feel free to join back to the main voice channel, where Vega will continue for the rest of the run. Oh boy. Wrong light today.
I've just got used to them is my problem and never replace them. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to replace them now. All right. Look at all you fantastic guys with these amazing hats and fireworks. This is delightful. Looks amazing. All right. Here we are at Trinity Seeker. I want everybody to turn off their tank stance apart from myself, please. I am going to give myself a wonderful Danger Dorito here. I will be in front of the boss, and your position should be at all times behind the boss, please. So you want to stay behind the boss. Cheche, am I okay marking you with the plus to make sure people know where to stand? Thank you very much. Cheche is marked with the plus symbol. You can stand near her. She will always be in a nice and safe position pretty much all the time. So if you don't know where to go, follow the plus. All right, so let's start with a couple of general things that we want to talk about here, and the first thing is actions. Now, we had perception range DPS at Slimes and Golems. What I want you to now do is equip Font of Power and Dervish. So you're replacing Lost Perception with Lost Dervish. So you'll want Lost, Font of Power, and Lost Dervish. You want those two actions range DPS, please. Make sure you have both of those two actions equipped. Okay, and the second thing that I want to talk about is Rend, but the Renders, I think they know what they are doing. Rend 1, I believe is, I think it's Rune. Rend 1 is Rune. When the first Rend falls off, Gwyn, you can use Rend, and then both of you can just continue using it on cooldown. One after the other. That would be great. Dervish, please use it on cooldown. As soon as it comes up, use it straight away. Font of Power, Font of Magic. As soon as they come up off cooldown, please use them. Font of Power and Font of Magic is your primary source of DPS. We want to make sure we maintain high DPS throughout this whole raid to make sure the process is easy for everybody. So Font of Power, Font of Magic, use them all the time as soon as they come up. Cure 4 casters. Cure 4 is an incredibly potent heal on your party, but as well as that, it gives everybody in your party a bravery buff for 60 seconds. Okay? So please make sure you're using Cure 4 once at least a minute, but you can also use it after every raid wide to make sure that you're healing up your party and refreshing the bravery buff on them at all times. So if bravery is running low, please use Cure 4. Let's talk about death. If you die and you raise because your re-raiser raised you, first thing I need you to do is get to a nice safe position. Make sure you're nice and safe from all of the mechanics, and then I immediately want you to apply a new re-raiser from your holster. You can do this just by clicking on your re-raiser and it will give you a new re-raiser buff. Very important. If for some reason you die and don't come up and the odds are not in your favour, the healers will have Lost Arise equipped. Healers, please use Lost Arise on the people that are dead. Only do it if you feel safe and if the mechanic is safe to do so, please. There is only a small, like 10% chance of Lost Arise working. So if you're using it and it doesn't work, fear not. Keep using it. You will eventually get them up. The third method to get everybody up is Healer Limit Break 3. Nobody should be using limit breaks in this raid unless I call for it. And when I call for it, it will be Healer Limit Breaks only. Thrice-Come Ruin is now active. Fail any 3 mechanics and you will get Doom, which cannot be removed. So keep that in mind. Scholars and Ninjas. Let's talk about Scholars and Ninjas. How many do we have? We have 4 Scholars. Good lord. Okay, we have 4 Scholars. Let's have a quick look. Scholars. Celebrun can go first, please. Archon can go second. Curtin can go third. And Oreo fourth for Chain Stratagem. Don't worry about it too much, but for the first minute, please make sure that order is respected. Celebrun, Archon, Curtin, and Oreo. Ninjas, we have 1. I'm not going to worry about it. Hollow, do your thing. Okay, now let's talk about Trinity Seeker. This is for the actual mechanics. I'm going to explain. Please make sure to wiggle your character, move at least once before I start these explanations. There is a 10-minute AFK kick timer here. All right. Perfect. Okay, Trinity Seeker, similar to normal mode, a little bit faster, and some new mechanics, along with mechanics that combine together in weird and unusual ways. The first thing I'm going to explain is swords. Okay, now the swords are much faster than in normal mode. He'll glow all 4 swords in order, and then attack in the order that they glowed, all in one after the other. The way I'll call this out is room relative. Okay, so if I call left, left, right, right, it's the left-hand side of the room close to the boss, and then the right-hand side of the room close to the boss. I may also call something like left, north, north, right. So that means you start on the left-hand side of the arena close to the boss, move north for 2 hits, and then move to the right for 1 hit. If for some reason the boss is not level and not straight, I may use the way markers to call out which one is safe. So please keep that in mind. But again, you'll need to remain close to Trinity Seeker at all times. The mechanical verdant path, there are 3 types: red, green, and blue. Red is inside the hitbox behind the boss. Green is everybody stacking up close to the boss. And blue is into cardinals, get away from the boss. Caesar's Mercy is a mechanic that kills a lot of people. And that's because there's lots of things happening at the same time. Whoops. The first thing you need to do is identify where the white orb is. Okay? The white orb will petrify you if you look at it. So turn your back to it, move away from it. Move away from the pink flower, because the pink flower doubles in size. And dodge the 2 ice grids. So find the white orb, look away from it, move away from the flower, dodge the ice grids. Okay? There is a image of this in the run chat, so if you want to go check that out, go have a quick look there as well. The next mechanic I want to explain is the knockback and hide. I'll call knockback or hide. If it's hide, you want to get behind the barriers on one of the letter way markers. If it's knockback, you want to stand on one of the numbered way markers. Okay? So knockback be in front of the barrier, hide be behind the barrier. Sandalstone is the last mechanic I want to explain, and what this is effectively is the boss or one of his clones will jump to one of the coloured rings, either blue stone or yellow sand. That ring is not safe. We want to go to the opposite type of ring, okay? So if I call everybody on stone, stone is safe. You want to go stand on one of the stone rings, doesn't matter which one. Alright, that is pretty much all of the mechanics. If you have any questions, hit no on the ready checks that are coming in. If you have any food, use food now. Food is extremely useful. Oh, I've got Yoro's food. Alright, Slimes 1, 2, and 3 are ready. Golems 1 is ready. Golems 2 is ready. It's not vital. No, it helps, but it's not vital.
It gives vitality.
Nice. All right, every group is ready. I can see that all 6 groups are ready. I'm going to do a countdown in Yell Chat. Please make sure your tank stance is turned off. You do not need your tank stance for this fight. You do not need your tank stance for this fight. Cure Forecasters, you can use Cure for now. Give your whole party the bravery buff. Make sure to refresh it within 60 seconds. Use it after the raid wide. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. First up is going to be a raid wide. And next we'll see swords. Okay, it's room relative. Okay. We are doing left first. Left, right, right, left. Left, right, right, left. Left for 1 hit. Move right. Stay for 1 hit. Move left. Look away from the orb. Get away from the flower. If you have any dead, get raising them. Tank Buster is next. Oh, sorry, no. Inside the boss's hitbox behind him. inside the boss's hitbox, behind him, please. And tank busters on next. Make sure you are behind the boss. And again, stay behind the boss. Stay behind the boss. Stay behind the boss. Awesome. The boss is going to move himself to the middle. Get ready to break your chains. Break your chain by running and then hide behind the barrier. Hide behind the barrier. Behind the barrier. Behind. On the letters. Behind the barrier. Alright, nice and close to the boss again. Everybody nice and close. Alright, we are starting on 1. Everybody go to 1. We're going clockwise, and then we're going to knock back on 2. We're going to knock back on 2. In front on 2. Alright, nice and close to the boss. Everybody stack up. Big stack marker coming up. Alright. And back behind the boss. Next is going to be sand or stone. I'll call that the safe option. Alright, before that though, we're going to dodge some AoE lines. And everybody stand on sand. Everybody stand on yellow sand. Okay, the next one will be combined with an Earth Shaker. If you get an Earth Shaker, move it away from the group to the opposite side of the boss. Everybody stand on stone. Everybody stand on stone. The Earth Shakers are coming out. Move them to the opposite side. Don't overlap them. Move the Earth Shakers. Everybody stand on sand. Keep the Earth Shakers away from the group. Dodge the AoEs. And if you've got any dead, please raise them. Numbers are going to be safe for the next mechanic. Numbers are going to be safe for the next mechanic. Okay, nice and close to the boss. Again, if you have any dead, please raise them. Alright, we're starting at 4. We are starting at 4. And we're going to do swords with this. It's going to be north, north, south, south. We're going to start on the north of the arena between 1 and 2. North, north, south, south. We're going to move south now. Look away from the orb. And we're going to get away from the flower. Go south. Dodge the ice grid. Stack up close. Get ready to break your chains. Break your chains by moving apart now. And then we'll see a raid wide. Raid wide. Tank Buster is next. Stay behind the boss. Okay, and next we are going to see swords. Along with sand or stone. Okay, we're starting on the right-hand side. Right, left, left, right. Start on the right, left, left, right. On sand, on sand, on sand. We're moving left now. On stone. Stay close. We move right on stone. Bonus round. Everybody on sand. Everybody on sand. Look away from the orb. Get away from the flower. Get away from the flower. Dodge the ice grid. Dodge the AoEs. Alright. Keep raising people. Raid Wide is coming up next. And then after this, we're going to be inside the boss's hitbox behind him. Inside the boss's hitbox and behind him. Awesome. And the boss is dead. Great. All right, we've got a few deaths. We've got one death, actually. There are traps ahead. There are traps ahead. There are traps ahead. There are traps ahead. Please let the trapper find all 6 traps before we continue onwards. There are 6 traps in total. Please let the trapper find all 6 traps. All right, there are 3 more traps on the right, Hollow.
And everyone go to the right.
Do
Yep,
not
on
go
the
to
stairs.
Hollow because there are 6 traps in total. And if you're in Hollow's group and you are the caster or you are the ranged, please stay behind by the A marker. So that's Armo and Eremes. So you guys can stay behind on the A marker with Hollow. Okay. Cheche, if you could mark yourself with the Danger Dorito. I'm going to change voice chat
Yes.
and go with Hollow. Thank you for looking after Dahu, and I'll see you guys afterwards. Right, get your stream on
Okay.
so that I can see the mechanics. All right, I have you in full screen, which is great. Okay, ask for Dervish, Cure 4, cards, whatever, and then as soon as you're ready, go and step on the pad. Yeah, Cure 4 is good. Cards. Yeah. All right, good to go.
Okay.
When you get to the other side, use Perception straight away. Do not move, do not move, do not move.
Yeah, I saw that it's going to be immediately, yeah.
Yep, use a potion kit. Get ready to slot Dispel, pull the boss, use Font of Power, and then put Dispel over Font of Power afterwards. Let's go.
I should get out of this.
And slot Dispel.
Ah, shit.
Get ready to use Dispel now. Dispel now, Dispel now. Awesome. Okay, get ready for anti-knockback. Use it now, use it now. And next will be trapping or the maze. It's the exploding maze, so take care. Always start slightly to the right, it's going to push you back. Okay. Use it now. Keep doing it, go to the right, go to the right. No, go to the left, go to the left. Left is safe. Keep going forward, forward. And go right. All the way to the end. All the way. Perfect. Okay, get out, get out. And then get very close to him afterwards. Awesome. Next thing you'll see is Tremor. You can be in the 3rd box.
No, stop.
Be in the 4th box, be in the 4th box. And when the 3rd goes off, get behind him. Go now. And then not yet, not yet. No. Okay, cool. Perfect. Alright, perfect. You're going to get entrapment now, which is ice or mini. Start slightly south. Okay, use it, use it, use it. Find all the traps. The ice is on the bottom left. But you're going to need the mini. You're going to need the mini. Step in soon. Okay, go now. Next will be a dispel after this.
Ah, shit, that's going to hit me.
Okay, dispel after this. Perfect. All right. We're going to bait this line in the third box, okay?
Okay.
Bait it in the third box, Okay. And then you're going to want to go left once the second one explodes. Follow it round the other way, Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And then you're going to want to get away from him. And get nice and close. Beautiful. Beautiful. Awesome. Congratulations. Okay, pick up your spoils, but I don't want you to touch the lioness statue yet.
Okay.
Wait until I'm halfway through my Queen's Guard explanations when I start talking about the soldier and the gunner. Pick up the lioness statue and then come join us, and you can mimic anybody with Font of Power banner. Okay?
Alright.
Alright, great job.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Beautiful. Duel was a success, which is fantastic. That means we get a mighty nice DPS buff for the rest of the raid. So onwards towards Queen's Guard we will go. And whilst I'm doing explanations, obviously you can use your fireworks. If you happen to see lots of nice fireworks, feel free to take a nice G-pose picture and share it in DR chat, of course. I'm just making my way to Queen's Guard. And whilst I'm doing that, in the Discord channel, there is now a whole bunch of images for Queen's Guard. Healers, you need to pay attention to the last image that was posted. That is the Reflect Orbs. And I want healers to start to talk to each other about which Reflect Orb they want to take. And I will explain what they are during the explanations. But for instance, S1 is Slimes 1, G3 is Golems 3. If you don't know which party you're in, feel free to ask your party leader. And they will tell you. And there we go. Perfect. Markers are down. I am looking for tank number 2, please. Any tank number 2. Ah, Cheche, sorry. Completely missed the number 2 marker. Thank you very much, Cheche. I know you're very capable of taking your own turret as well. Are you okay taking the warrior and then the gunner, please?
Yes.
Thank you so much. All right, tanks do be sorted. Tanks do be sorted. Okay, here we are at Queen's Guard, everybody. This fight is a little bit different from normal mode in the fact that we actually don't kill these guys one by one. We kill them 2 by 2. And that's important because they're going to do some strange mechanics all at the same time. And it's going to be a little bit crazy. These mechanics are important, though. The reason these mechanics are important is because we'll actually see them later on again during the Queen fight. So keep that in mind. All right. Phase 1. What's going to happen is all 4 bosses are going to be on the screen at the same time. Our objective is to either get them down to 80% HP or wait until the second raid wide. After which point, all of the bosses will disappear and they will spawn 2 by 2. The first ones that spawn are the tanks, the warrior and the knight. Warrior will be taken to the edge, knight into the middle. The bosses need to be kept away from each other at this point. All the bosses need to be kept away from each other at all times apart from the very beginning. If they tether, they gain a buff which increases their damage output by a gazillion times. It's very painful, so we don't want to see that. Alright, and once they are in position, the first thing we'll see is Spellforge and Steel Sting. Okay. The healers in your groups, one of them should have Spellforge and one of them should have Steel Sting. What happens is the bosses make themselves immune to one type of damage. That means everybody needs to be doing the type of damage that they are not immune to. If they're immune to magic, everybody needs Steel Sting. If they're immune to physical damage, everybody needs Spellforge. It's that simple. The call out will be apply Spellforge, in which case, if you have Spellforge healers, you need to apply Spellforge to everybody in your party, please. Okay? And if I call out Steel Sting, you need to give everybody in your party Steel Sting. Very, very important. Okay, next thing we'll see is the bombs. And there are two types of bombs, bombs on the edge or knockback bombs. If it's bombs on the edge, we will need to take one of the two bombs on the edge. And if it's knockback bombs, we need to get knocked back from the middle of the arena towards the edge, and then take one of the bombs. There are two types of bombs. There are big bombs and little bombs. The call out I'll make is something along the lines of, take a big bomb if you are tethered. Okay, now what this means is, a few seconds beforehand, you will receive a tether or you will not receive a tether. All you simply need to do is look at your character, check if you received a tether when I call it out. If you didn't, you do the opposite of what I say. So again, it'll be something like, if you were tethered, take a large bomb. In which case, if you weren't tethered, you take a small bomb. Nice and simple. Okay? If you forgot if you were tethered, there's a quick way to check. Look at your debuffs. If you have like a little tilting scales, you had the tether, okay? If you have a tilting scales, you had the tether. Sorry. I forgot to tell somebody something very important, and somebody just reminded me, so thank you so much. Okay, so after that, the warrior will require a dispel because the warrior will cast boost. Can I please confirm that the dispel healer has dispel equipped and ready to go? Just let me know. Hello. Perfect. All right, Kajern, you can probably keep the warrior on focus target and apply dispel on it when it casts boost, please. Thank you so much. All right, so the boost will happen a few times, so just need to dispel it when it happens. Okay, next thing we'll see is another type of tether called wind tether. Just need to register if you had one or not. If you did, you will go into a wind puddle. If not, you're going to a lightning puddle. We'll activate sprint and go towards the middle, and then the knight will do an in or out mechanic. The in or out mechanic is also combined with only one side of the arena is safe. If it's out, you go away from the knight in the direction that's safe. If it's in, you stay inside the knight's hitbox in the direction that is safe. And yes, remember to move around a bit. 10-minute air pick timer. Make sure you wiggle, jump, use a firework. Awesome. Okay. Now, that is the majority of the mechanics for the warrior and knight. I'm now going to talk about the soldier and the gunner. Now's a good time to also pick up the 1v1 buff, and please be careful of the trap at the bottom of the stairs. Alright, now, the first thing we'll see with the soldier and the gunner is the soldier will go to the side, the gunner into the middle, and we'll see fire frogs. I will call out one spot that is safe from the fire frogs. We just need to go and stand on the waymark that I call out. Okay? Follow the crowd for that one if you don't know. And what will happen is you will get a ring underneath your feet. Okay? If you get the ring underneath your feet, what you need to do is point the open side to the gunner in the center of the arena. Wait for the gunner to do its raid-wide attack. And when it does, then point your open side of your ring to a turret on the side of the arena. The turrets have arrows. Make sure one of the arrows is facing the hole underneath your feet. It's a very, very large gap. Okay? So dodge the fire frogs on the waymark that I call out. Open side to the gunner, wait for the attack. Open side to the turret. Awesome. After that, we will see turrets spawn. The turrets need to be damaged down. There'll be one on D and one on B. Focus killing the one on D first, please, and then go kill the one on B afterwards. Save your burst for them if you have any bursts. And then we'll see fire or ice. If it's fire, stop moving, stop casting, put your weapons away, take your hands off the keyboard, put your controller down. Okay, if you move during fire, you will get one shot. If it's ice, keep moving, spin circles around the bosses, stop casting if you have to. It's very important that you spin in circles. Keep moving. Alright, that's the majority of the mechanics for the knight and the gunner. Now let's talk about phase 3. A few things will happen in phase 3. There are two types of orbs. There are aura spheres, and aura spheres spawn north and south. Okay? The aura spheres need to be killed by the DPS ASAP. So when the aura spheres spawn, DPS, please kill them. Tanks, I also want you to activate your Tank Sancts and provoke the aura sphere before it dies, okay? The reason is when the aura sphere dies, it puts a red dot over the person who has aggro's head. That is fatal. The reason I want a tank to invuln to provoke is to use that invuln when they get the red dot, okay? So when the aura spheres spawn, please provoke them. DPS burn them down. If you get a red dot above your head, use your invuln so that you don't die. There'll be 2 rounds of aura spheres, so we'll need multiple tanks to pick them up. Okay. The other thing that will happen is they reflect orbs, and healers, this is your job. Thank you very much, Frey. You can do North 1. Now, the reflect orbs, they are basically spawning in the positions that you can see in the run chat. And effectively, you need to go and stand in that position. When you see the sphere spawn, activate a light curtain. Stand in the AoE that it does, that reflects the damage back at it, killing it, and then we won't get any damage downs. You'll have 2 opportunities to reflect the orbs, and there is also 2 rounds of orbs, okay? You activate a light curtain by clicking on it in your holster, but a simpler thing to do is drag the light curtain from your holster and pull it on your hotbar. You can just click it from your hotbar then, absolutely no issues. Okay, don't try to do any other actions whilst you're reflecting the reflect orbs. They do consume a GCD. Okay, so healers, you should have had the conversations already about which reflect orbs you want to take. If they haven't happened in your party leaders, please prompt them. Okay. Whilst we're not dealing with killing the orbs and reflecting the orbs, there are 4 bosses on the arena at 1, 2, 3, and 4. You basically need to kill them, but you can only attack them on the sides where there are no shields. The bosses will have glowing shields, and they'll be on the sides, fronts, or backs. Only attack them on the open side. That means no assizes, no dances, because if you do a big dance, you'll hit the shielded side, get reflected back, and get knocked into a wall, probably die straight away. So please no big dances, assizes, Lord of the Crowns, only attack on the open side. Alright, that was a lot of mechanics. I do understand that it's quite overwhelming, but we do have to explain them. There will be good call-outs for this. If you have any questions, please hit no on the ready checks that are going to come in now. If you have any food, refresh it now as well. Tank stance is off, everybody apart from me and Chet. So we've got slimes 1, 2, and 3 ready, golems 1, 2, and 3 ready. Healers, you can start giving spell. Sorry, yeah.
Vega, can you confirm which rend is rending which boss?
Yep, so Rend 1, you can rend all 4 bosses at the start, just by using Rend. Rend 2, you can do the Warrior and Gunner. Rend 1, you do the Knight and Soldier, please. Thank you, it's a good call out. Alright. That all sounds good. Healers, you can start giving out Spellforge and Steel Sting. Give Steel Sting to your magical folk, including yourself. Give Spellforge to your physical folk, your tanks, your samurais, your mechanists, etc., etc. Lessen your workload when we get the mechanic. Alright. Countdown's coming in. It's going to be 30 seconds. Okay, casters, you can use Cure 4 on your party now. Can you give Minerva Spellforge? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Alright, we're going to bunch them all together. Make sure to keep your healers nice and safe. Tanks nice and safe even. And raid wide. Good lord, Cheche. And we won't see the second one. Alright. The warrior will go to the side, and then afterwards the knight into the middle. And apply Steel Sting to everybody. Steel Sting to everybody in your party. Steel Sting to everybody in your party. Make sure everybody has Steel Sting. And then we're going to see knockback bombs from the middle. Okay, if you are tethered, you're going to knock back to a big bomb. Tethered, knock back to a big bomb. We're going to knock back south. Tethered, knock back to big. We're going to knock back south. If you fall down first, move into an old explosion now. And we're going to go back on the bosses. Dispel on the warrior, please. Get ready with the dispel. Dispel, dispel. Use dispel on the warrior. Thank you very much. And raid wide. If you have any dead, please raise them. And next we'll see wind tethers. Alright, we're going to check if you have a tether now. If you have a tether, you go into a wind puddle. If not, go to lightning. Tethers go to wind, everybody else to lightning. Activate sprint once you're in your puddle. And then sprint to the night. Sprint to the night, very, very close. And then we're going to go south. Stay close, stay close. Back on the bosses. Dispel on the warrior, please. Dispel and then a raid wide. Dispel, dispel. Thank you. And again, if you have any dead, please use a rise on them. Make sure you're healing up with Cure 4. Keep bravery on your whole party. And no more attacking the knight. Please kill the warrior. Do not attack the knight. Only attack the warrior. Okay, and we can kill both of them. Let's kill both of them. Alright. The soldier will go to the side, and then they're going into the middle. And the first thing we'll see is fire frogs. Okay, I will call that the safe spot using the waymarks. And the safe spot is going to be 4. The safe spot is going to be 4. Go towards 4. 4 is the safe spot. Point your open side to the gunner in the middle. Open side to the gunner in the middle. And now point your open side to the turret on the side. Alright, back on the bosses. Split the damage. Make sure you heal up. Use Cure 4 on your party. Tank busters. If you've got any dead, make sure to raise them. And raid wide. The turrets will be coming next. If you have any bursts, hold on to it for now. We're going to kill the turret on D first, please. Alright, we're going to kill the turret on D when it spawns first. And here it is. Let's kill the one on D. Afterwards, we're going to kill the one on B. Everybody kill the one on B. And raid wide. Alright, heal up. Use Cure 4 on your party. Keep moving, 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 keep moving. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, and back on the bosses. If you have any dead, please raise them, but I don't think we do. We're going to kill the gunner first. Healers, you can already go to your reflect positions. Tanks, pop your tank stances on. Healers to your reflect positions. Tanks, tank stances on. Healers, make sure you're in reflect positions. We're going to kill the aura spheres. Healers, use your light curtains now. Don't attack the wards, only attack on the open side. Alright, only attack on the open side. Okay, I want every tank to turn their tank stance on. Stop attacking the wards, stop attacking the wards. Only attack on the open side. Healers to reflect positions, please. Healers to reflect positions. You can use your light curtains now, healers. Tanks pick up your aura spheres. DPS kill the aura spheres. Kill the aura spheres, kill the aura spheres. Make sure to heal up your Dark Knights. Beautiful. Well done, everybody. We didn't even see LB3. Okay, there's 2 chests here, thanks to Hollow. Hollow did the 1v1 for us. What that basically means is that we get 2 nice pieces of loot. So make sure to pick up both chests. Make sure you've opened up 2 chests. That was a really good Queen's Guard.
You can also go ahead. There are no traps.
Yep.
There will be
No
traps after Phantom though.
Alright. Thanks, you. I had my finger over resistance elixir just in case. That's the Dark Knight life, right? Again, whilst I'm doing minor explanations, feel free to use your fireworks, and if you want to get screenshots, do feel free to get them and then post them in DR chat. Tank stance is off, everybody. I want everybody to turn their tank stance off. I'll main tank this fight. And I'll give Cheche the nice plus marker. There we go. Thank you very much. Alright, this fight has similar mechanics to normal mode, but they are slightly different. In normal mode, you would be used to cheesing the shapes by staying out of them, but that's not possible on this fight. You actually need to respect the shapes by staying inside them. The first thing we'll see when we pull the boss is a raid wide. Raid wide doesn't do any damage, so we are all going to be okay. After that, the boss will then summon some shapes on the north side of the arena, and we will go to either A or D, depending on the configuration of the shapes. I'll call out which one we go to. We go stand on that way marker, and then the shapes will begin spawning. The first one we'll see is a donut. We'll follow the donut all the way down to the south side of the arena. We'll do some dancing between the waymarks on the bottom, listen to the call-outs. We'll be A-okay. I don't think we'll see ads, so I'm not going to be concerned about explaining that. Do we have Banish? Do we have Banish? And yes, you no longer need Steel Sting or Spellforge. You can slot it away for the likes of Shall or Dispel. That is A-okay. Yep, no more Spellforge, no more Steel Sting is required for the rest of this instance. We want things like Shall and Dispel. We'll need Dispel for the last 2 fights, so make sure you've got that. Alright, Banish. Pressing you have Banish, I'm just going to double check your actions. Okay, Banish, make sure to keep it on the boss, 60 seconds debuff, so make sure to just keep refreshing it. Perfect. Okay, ready checks please in all parties. Again, any questions, just hit no. Getting a positional, don't mind me. I mean, I've got to say, I do love the dedication to your hat. Delightful.
Thank you.
Don't worry about the crazy people going behind the ghosty. They're going to do a jump scare on you. Okay, Golems 1, are you good? Let me know, let me know. We will be taking a small break after this boss as well, so don't worry. Golems 1's ready. Perfect. I'm going to throw out a countdown. It's going to be 30 seconds. Okay. Casters, you can use Cure 4 in your party. And you can use one of your actions like Font of Power, Font of Magic. We want to kill this boss ASAP. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, we're going to pull slightly north. You can already bet on A or D if you really want to. It's going to be on A though, so. Just saying. Damn, it's D. Let's go. Let's go to D. I lied to you. Alright, we're going to follow the donut down, so keep that in mind. Follow the donut down, follow the donut down, follow the donut down. Once you reach the number 4 marker, stop moving. You don't need to go any further. Don't go past number 4, you don't need to. And now we move to number 3. Everybody on number 3. Awesome. We're going to stay here for 3 of the pulses.
Think about
After-
gauge.
Yes, save your job gauge. And now we move to number 4. Everybody on number 4. And we're good. Alright, there are traps ahead, there are traps ahead, there are traps ahead, there are traps ahead, there's traps ahead. I'm just going to say it again, there's traps ahead, there's traps ahead. Okay, do we have somebody who can slot in perception? If we do, please come to the letter A marker and use perception there. You don't want to go past the letter A though, unless you know exactly what you're doing. Perfect, please come into the middle perception, dude. That's 1 trap. There's 1 more trap in the doorway. There's 1 more trap in the doorway. Perfect. Okay, there's 2 traps here. Make sure to dodge the 2 traps. And we're going down the stairs. Once you go down the stairs, there are 4 more traps. Okay? 4 more traps downstairs. There's 1 in the doorway. Please be careful not to pop it. And then there's 3 in the rooms. Perfect. 4 traps total downstairs. 4 traps total downstairs. Alright. You can now stop perception away. Thank you so much. That's really kind. And make sure you've got Font of Power and Dervish. And somebody walked into a trap. Okay, cool. It's the good kind of trap. Thank you. We are good. Alright, now here we are at Trinity Avowed. What that means is we're going to take a small break. For this small break, what I would like is, if you would like Shell to please stand where the circle and triangle are. If you have less than 4 HP stacks, please stand where the circle and the triangle are. And we'll hand out Shell during the explanations, because once you have Shell, you can move inside the arena and make sure we don't hand it out double. We'll take a 5-minute break now. We'll come back at 13 minutes past the hour. So 13 minutes past. We'll do ready checks, explanations, and then we'll kill Trinity Avowed. Make sure you wiggle your character when you come back, please. let's do ready checks. Make sure all of the newbies are awake for explanations. Make sure to move your characters at least once, please. The explanations for this fight take around about 7-8 minutes. Possibly longer if I keep talking about hot and cold too much. So we want to make sure we move our characters now. Yes, physical excellence is on Selena. And we also have Blood Rage Refresh on Min, who's hiding in the corner. Okay, Golems are awake, Slimes 2 is awake, Slimes 3 is awake, and I have one person in my party not awake yet, so we're going to wait a few moments. And everybody's here, perfect. Alrighty, here we are at Katy Perry, Fantasy Avowed, Hot and Cold, whatever you want to call her. This fight brings a lot of personal responsibility, so it's very, very important that you understand your own personal responsibility. And understand how the hot and cold mechanic works. Now, the hot and cold mechanic is, in principle, quite simple. She gives you an element, and you need to get hit by the opposite element to make sure that you're neutral by the end of the mechanic. The elements range from cold 2 all the way up to hot 2. So cold 2, cold 1, hot 1, hot 2. And basically you need to get hit by the opposite element, end up neutral, resolve the mechanic, and we're done. Nice and simple. But this happens 6 times in this fight, and the last 3 times we see it, it's combined with a second hot and cold, which can make things a little bit complex. So, as an example, if you get hit by hot and cold and she gives you hot 1, you need to get hit by a cold 1 mechanic. Very important. She has 3 weapons in this fight, and I'll explain each of those 3 weapons. But before I do that, I want to make sure that each group has at least 1 tank with Ether Shield equipped. If you are a newbie tank, please use Font of Power and Lost Ether Shield. Newbies are required to equip Ether Shields for this fight, please. Every raid wide called Glory of Bozja will require an Ether Shield up in every group. So if you hear me call raid wide, Ether Shields up, use Ether Shield immediately on your whole party. It's 1 click, and it gives everybody in range the Ether Shield. The raid wides hurt. They do just an ungodly amount of damage, and they give you a bleed as well. The Ether Shield mitigates that damage, and makes it a little bit easier to heal through. But after every raid wide as well, Cure 4 casters, you can use Cure 4 to help your healers. Okay, now the weapons. The weapons are in a random order, but I'll explain them in the order that I prefer, and that's Staff, Sword, Bow. For Staff, first thing we're going to do is get away from the boss. It's Staff away, Staff away. We go back towards the boss, and she'll give you a hot and cold, and she will give you a Force March. Force March will always take you 2 tiles, okay? If you are standing on the C marker, and you are looking towards the north, and she gives you a Force March going right, it will take you right 2 whole tiles, and you'll land here, okay? Very important that you know that. Force March will always take you 2 tiles. So you have a hot and cold and a Force March. Look where your Force March is taking you, look at your hot and cold, figure out what elements you need to get hit by to resolve your hot and cold. She'll summon some meteors in the corners of the room. Look at the meteors, find the element you need to get hit by. We'll start in the middle of the arena, and then we will Force March towards the meteor that resolves our hot and cold. Nice and simple. We'll all go back to the middle. She'll do a raid wide, Ether Shields up, heal up your party, and then move on to the next weapon. Sword. Sword is sword in front. Everybody in front of the boss, she will cleave her sides and behind her. After that, she'll teleport between 2 and 3, give you a hot and cold, figure out what you need to get hit by. She'll then disappear and have some significant downtime, and summon 3 clones and herself, all with a sword in each hand. Each of those swords contains an element. They all hit at exactly the same time. You only need to get hit by 1. You need to get hit by the sword that resolves your hot and cold. I will call out a safe spot using the numbered way markers, either 1, 2, 3, or 4. That safe spot will never get hit by any sword. What you need to do, go to that safe spot, look around for the sword that resolves your hot and cold, and then move towards that sword 1 tile from the safe spot. So if I call that 4 is the safe spot, you go to 4, look around for the sword that you need to get hit by, and then move 1 tile in that direction, either towards 1, 3, D, or south of 4. It's always 1 tile away in a cardinal direction. If you move to number 2, you'll get hit by 2 swords and you'll die instantly. I guarantee it. The safe spot and the sword you need to get hit by are always one tile away. Next is bow behind. So she'll summon a bow, we get behind her. There'll be a tank buster next. All tanks will need to take this tank buster, so I want all tanks in front of the boss with a light cooldown ready to take some damage. And then she'll give everybody a force march. She'll summon a firewall, and we will force march away from that firewall to the opposite side of the arena from the middle. We'll have one column to play with now for the whole of this mechanic. She'll give you a hot and cold, and then she will summon arrows on the opposite side of the arena. Unlike normal mode, these arrows will not glow the ladder up on the direction they're going to take. You won't see white lines on the ladder, okay? You need to manually follow the arrow down the ladder yourself. The golden simple rule is that it takes every single turn it encounters on the ladder. So find your arrow that you need to get hit by on the opposite side of the screen, follow it down with your mouse, see where it lands, and then go to the tile that it lands on, okay? Very important. Yes, let's do a wiggle check, make sure to move your characters, and now I'll explain the second half of the fight. The second half of the fight is all three weapons again, but combined with other mechanics, and combined with something called Elemental Brand. What Elemental Brand does is it applies basically a second hot and cold, but you can adjust it. And the way you adjust it is getting hit by the hot and cold mechanics. So, for instance, if she gives you a hot 2 hot and cold, and a cold 1 elemental brand, you need to turn that elemental brand into a cold 2, because then it will be the opposite of your hot 2. That means at the end of the mechanic they will cancel each other out and you will survive. Okay? For staff, again, we start in the middle, but you will no longer have a force march. You need to manually go towards the meteor that you need to get hit by to resolve your hot and cold. Only one tile is safe in each corner though, because there will be the ads on the north and east of the arena doing line AoEs across the arena. I'll try and call out which one is safe, something like outside corner or inside corner, or north and south green or east and west green. These are the green tiles, I'm currently standing one. This is a south tile green, so keep that in mind. If you see people jumping in one of the tiles, go and jump on that tile too. If you see lots of people jumping, there's a really good chance that only that tile is safe, okay? For sword, it's pretty much the same. The only difference is that she can give you overkill mechanic in a way. So she can give you hot and cold. So hot 2 for your hot and cold, and then she can give you hot 2 for your elemental brand. What that means is you'll need to get hit by 2 swords, but not at the same time. Okay? So the first swing to resolve double hot, you need to get hit by cold 2, and then the second swing, you need to get hit by another cold 2 so it cancels it out. So you may need to get hit twice. For the bow phase, quite a lot is different. We no longer force march from the middle away from the fire, we'll sprint away from the fire. After dodging some line AoEs, she'll give you a hot and cold and elemental brand. Figure out what you need to get hit by. You may actually need to get hit by the nothing, in which case find the blank spot on the opposite side of the arena and follow it down just like there was an arrow there. You'll need to be 2 tiles away from where your arrow lands because she's going to give you a force march, and you will need to force march towards the tile before the arrow lands where you need to get hit. Okay? So it's force march in bow 2. Keep that in mind. Alright. Party leaders, please check that there is at least 1 ether shield in your party. If your ether shield tank dies, please make sure to equip ether shield straight away and get it up on your party. Because there will probably be a raid wide coming in shortly afterwards. Let's do ready checks. Pop some food on if you have any. Food really helps in this fight. And again, if you have any questions, hit no on the ready checks, of course. If you need excellence, now's a great time to get it off Selena. Selena is marked with the ignore 1 marker. Okay, Slimes 1, 2 and 3 are ready, Golems 1 is ready, Golems 3 is ready, and Golems 2 is now also ready. I'm going to do a countdown. Again, it's going to be 30 seconds. And if you want, shall go on the bridge towards the stairs. Last few seconds to get it now. Alright, Cure 4 casters. You can use Cure 4 in your party now. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, tanks in front with light cooldowns. Tanks in front with light cooldowns. And ether shields up. Ether shields up in every party now. Ether shields up. Ether shields up. Alright, I'm going to pull her slightly enough. And everybody in front. Sword in front. Sword in front. Everybody in front of the boss. Everybody in front. Okay, you can now go behind the boss. Staff away. Move away from the boss. Move away from the boss. Move away from the boss. Stay away from the boss. Okay, you can now get nice and close. Bow, sword, staff. Bow behind. Bow behind. Alright, we're going to have tanks in front again. Tanks in front with light cooldowns. He's giving you a force march. Look at your force march. Figure out where it's taking you. We'll be going to either D or B soon. And we are force marching to B. We are force marching to B yellow. If somebody dies in the flames, rescue them out. Everybody's alive. Ooh, that makes me happy. Alright, look at your hot and cold. Figure out what element you got hit by. You need to get hit by the opposite. Alright, arrows have spawned now. Look at them, follow them down manually, stop DPS if you have to, and then go to the tile that it lands on. Right. Pretty good. Ether shields up. Ether shields up in every party. Ether shields up in every party. And we're going to do sword in front next. Make sure you're by the triangle or on 3. If you've got any dead, please res them. Sword in front. Sword in front. Sword in front of the boss. She is going to move herself between 2 and 3. If you're going to disappear soon, you can hold your bursts. Look at your hot and cold. Figure out what you need to get hit by. I'll call that the safe spot. You need to get hit by a sword 1 away from the safe spot. The safe spot is number 2. The safe spot is number 2. 2 will not get hit. 4 will instantly kill you. You want to be on 2 or 1 tile away from 2. Okay, and the next safe spot is number 4. The next safe spot is number 4. 4 will not get hit. Alright, back on the boss. Ether shields up, ether shields up. Ether shields up, ether shields up. Okay, use Cure 4 to heal up. Staff away. Staff away, move away from the boss. Move away from the boss. Alright, we can get nice and close again now. She's going to give you a hot and cold. Look at your hot and cold, figure out what you need to get hit by. She's going to give you a force march that takes you 2 tiles from the middle. Okay? Look at your force march, figure out which direction it takes you, and the meteors will now get summoned. We will force march from the middle towards the meteor that resolves your hot and cold. Force march from the middle towards the meteor that resolves your hot and cold. Looks okay. Okay. Ether shields up. Ether shields up. Cure 4 casters, heal up your party. Keep Cure up. Sorry, keep Bravery up. And now it's row behind, row behind. This is row 2. Which means the first thing we'll be doing is dodging some AoEs. Go to either 1 or 4, go in the middle of them. Go in the middle of 1 and 4. And we're going to dodge on the number... We're going to dodge on the number 4. Go to 4. Everybody on number 4. Activate sprint. And then we're going to go to D. Go to D, D, D. D purple. Alright. She's going to give you a hot and cold. Look at your hot and cold. She is going to give you an elemental brand. You want to adjust your elemental brand to resolve your hot and cold. She's going to give you a force march. Force march takes you 2 tiles. Find the arrow you need to get hit by, be 2 tiles away from it, and force march to it. Arrows have spawned. Be 2 tiles away. Alright, back on the bus. Okay, ether shields up, ether shields up, ether shields up, ether shields up. If you've got any dead, res them. And then I want everybody on the 4 marker. Oh no, tanks. Tanks on the edge, sorry. Tanks on the edge. I always forget. Every time. Every time. Tanks on the... Everybody on the 4 marker, please. Keep resing your friends. Get everybody up. Sword in front, sword in front. Keep resing our friends. Get everybody up. Alright, she's going to move between 2 and 3.
Halo Apex if you have them.
Yes. LB if you have it now. LB now, LB now. Did we get anybody? Yep. We got 1. Okay. Not bad. Okay, let's use a rise and get the last 3 people up. If you're going to res somebody, please go stand on them. And only 1 person resing at a time. If you are a newbie, please come and stand on the triangle. We are going to go and have some fun together. Fun, fun, fun. I'm just going to wait for the last 2 people to get up so we can all have fun together. Yeah, the Arise look is like just up and down. Okay, that's 1 up. Don't forget your re-risers. Alright. Everybody's up. If you are a newbie, you haven't done this fight before, please come and stand on the triangle. We're going to go do a hello world moment. Alright. So, you can see that there's a pink trap here. The pink trap, we want to all stand very, very, very close. When I say very close, I mean as close as I am. You don't want to step into it yet, you just want to be super, super close. Super close. Here's an image of Vega killing everybody. Alright, super, super close. A little bit closer, and now you can all step into the pink trap. Step in, step in. And let's go. Okay, we are going to run across. We are going to run across the Trinity of Arena, and don't forget to pick up your loot on the other side. There is a chest marked with the number 1 on the other side. Make sure to pick up your loot. And the first mini person that reaches the other side steps on the pad. Please walk through the gate in front of you. There'll be a gate with a lioness behind it. You want to step through it and then go and touch the lioness statue. Yuki, you made it. Nice. Alright. Now, when we go down the stairs, there are traps, there are traps, there are traps, there are traps. There are so many traps downstairs. So many traps. At least 3. Traps, traps, traps. Can you believe it? Alright.
Yes.
If you have less than 3 dervish, can you please equip perception and come and stand on A? When I say less than 3, I mean less than 3 left to cast. We just need 1 person theoretically who can equip perception.
hearing swap stats.
There we go. All right. Please follow the triangle, dodge the traps. Oh, Cheche, you got it. Nice, thank you. And there's one more trap. Han doing hand things. Okay.
Why is it on the bridge?
It's gone. It's not there anymore, I can tell you that.
Always.
Alright. I am gonna rewrite some of the waymarks. Okay. Whilst I'm sorting out tank stuff, please open up Discord. There are some images in Discord that you need to make yourself familiar with, particularly the one in the middle with the push and pull. Hitchu, could you please put the German one in as well, please? Because I do think for this fight it's very important. That would be absolutely awesome. Alright. Okay, so yes, I am looking for some absolutely wonderful tanks. I'm going to mark myself number 3. I'm looking for tanks 1, 2, and 4 who want to do some kiting things, preferably people who have already cleared the fight. That would be really, really wonderful, to be honest. So I'm looking for 1, 2, and 4. Okay, check number 4. That's great. Thank you so much. I will just assign people, by the way. Faust, number 1, thank you so much. Number 2, we're just looking for a nice number 2. Okay, I am going to assign a number 2. Let's have a quick look through the tank list. See who we got. Oh god, I got the perfect number 2. There we go. 4 tanks to be assigned for the kiting duties. 1, 2, 3, 4. You are the kiting tanks, so please keep that in mind. Trapper tanks are usually assigned newbies to trapping, but I'm going to have 1 experienced, please. That would be delightful. Oh, sorry, didn't want to do that. There we go. Okay, so we've got Faust, kiting, that's great. Sweet, you are going to be number 1. Keep using the wrong ones for some reason. I apologise. Whoever had number 1 piece already had, thank you so much. Lyrica, you are going to be my number 2. And then who can I get for my number 4? Freya. Freya, you are the trapping between 4 and 1. Perfect. This is great. So, the tanks that are marked with 1, 2, 3, 4, you are kiting tanks. You will be kiting Minotaurs clockwise around the arena. The tanks that are marked with bind 1, 2, and 3, and ignore 4, you are the trapping tanks. You will be sniffing out traps for us, and I'll explain how that works very soon. Okay. Now, the hard part of this fight isn't actually when we pull the boss. When we pull the boss, he's just a big bag of HP with a handful of mechanics. The actual phase that's difficult comes when the boss reaches 70% and disappears. When he disappears, he makes the majority of the arena unsafe, apart from the 2 rings. Now, you can see that this ring that I'm standing on, number 3, goes all the way around the arena. And there is also a second inner ring that is closer to the boss that goes around the inside of the arena. Tanks and DPS, you will be on the outside ring. Healers, you will all need to be on the inside ring, please. That's when the boss disappears at 70%. Tanks, DPS, you will be on the outside ring. Healers, you will be on the inside ring. Okay, now when the boss disappears, what will happen is 4 Minotaurs will spawn. The tanks will all go to their numbered positions. 1 goes to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, and 4 to 4. Okay, you'll use Provoke and your ranged attack to pick up the nearest Minotaur, and then you will use your ranged attack to kite it clockwise around the outside ring, making sure it doesn't get close to the other Minotaurs and making sure it doesn't get close to the Lord in the middle. Okay, we continue kiting clockwise until we reach the next numbered waymark. When we reach the next numbered waymark, everybody needs to be in one of the numbered waymarks if you're on the outside ring. So all of the tanks, all of the DPS, you need to be in one of the numbered waymarks, either 1, 2, 3, or 4. The reason being is that the outside ring will then be covered and littered in traps. 4 traps in total. Okay? Trapper tank number 1, that is sweet. You will stay at number 1, and you will go to number 1 when the boss despawns, and you will stay at number 1 until the traps spawn. Okay? When the traps spawn, you will need to activate your invuln, activate sprint, and sprint clockwise from 1 to 2. Okay? When the traps spawn, Lyrica, you will be at the number 2 marker, and Lyrica, you will activate your invuln and sprint clockwise to number 3. Azella, please invuln between 3 and 4. And Freya, please invuln between 4 and 1. Okay? Once all 4 traps have been disarmed, we'll continue kiting the Minotaurs clockwise, and we'll burn them down one by one. The first one that we want to kill is going to be near the 3 marker, okay? Once we kill one Minotaur, that frees up 1 experienced tank who can pick up another Minotaur if things go south. If for some reason there is a Minotaur running around slapping people and is tethered, I want any tank to just provoke it and continue kiting it clockwise. Okay? We want to keep them away from the middle, keep them away from other Minotaurs. We'll kite them clockwise and DPS them down whilst doing other mechanics, and the objective for that phase is to kill all 4 of the Minotaurs. Now let's talk about mechanics during the ads phase. The big one is the push and pull. And in the Discord run chat, you can see that there are some images, and the one in the middle has the push and pull debuffs. These debuffs do not come with the labels underneath that say push or pull, so you need to visually remember at least one of those debuffs. Okay? The boss will give you that debuff, and then he will do a cast, which means you need to resolve that debuff immediately. Okay? If you get the push, you need to be on one of the notches on the inside. You can see that I'm standing on one of these notches now, the number 3. You can see me walking back and forth on this notch. This is the push, okay? If you have the push, you stand in one of these notches towards the middle. Even if you are a healer, you do that on the inside ring. If you get the pull debuff, you need to stand on the outside notch, and the boss will pull you towards him towards the inside notch. Okay? So push, inside notch, pull, outside notch. Very important that you resolve this correctly. If you don't resolve this correctly, you'll get pushed into the wall and instantly die. We may see that mechanic twice, so keep it in mind that you know how to resolve that mechanic. We'll see some other mechanics as well. We'll see like the lightning rings on the 2 rings going around the arena. If you see a lightning ring, just go to any of the notches. Stay safe. There'll be some AoEs that are appearing underneath people's feet. Make sure that you keep dodging the orange, don't overlap them wherever possible. And healers, you have 2 extra mechanics to deal with. Okay? On the inside ring, there will be constantly spawning orbs. Fire orbs and earth orbs. Fire orbs are just like in Queensguard. Activate a light curtain, go and stand underneath the fire orb. Reflect the damage back at it, it will die. Earth orb needs to be dispelled. Once the earth orb is dispelled, attack it once and it will die because it has 1 HP. Okay? They will continuously spawn throughout the whole fight. So make sure to reflect the fire orbs and dispel the earth. Could I just get a check in Yell Chat who has dispel? I want at least 3 or 4 people that have dispel, please. Delightful. I love it. Thank you so much. So dispel the earth orbs, use light curtains to reflect the fire orbs. Don't try to do both. Very important. Okay. So, trappers, just let me know in Yell Chat that you know which you are trapping from. For instance, like from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 1. Just let me know in Yell Chat that you know where you are trapping from. The other important thing is that you know where your anti-knockback button is. That is this, arm's length, or surecast. Make sure you know where that button is. You are going to need it at the start of the fight. Everything else can be handled by callouts. When the boss disappears, if you are a DPS, go to 3. Tanks go to 1, 2, 3, and 4 with the number over your head. And Freya, you go to number 4. Alright. Everything else will be callouts. Let's do ready checks. That would be awesome. Faust, you can activate your tank stance. As your number 1, it's much easier for you to tank Steve. Okay, Slimes 1, 2, and 3 are ready. Golems 2 is ready. Golems 3 is ready. Stiff arm. And that's all groups ready. Countdown is starting. It's going to be 30 seconds. You don't need to use your burst when we pull the Minotaur. Save your burst for when the 4 Minotaurs spawn. Again, don't need to burst when we pull the Lord. Faust, you may need to provoke after a few GCDs because of 1v1 aggro. Keep that in mind. 4, you can use Cure 4. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, first up is a tank bust step. Make sure to use a little bit of mitigation. And soon we're going to use our anti-knockback now, anti-knockback now, anti-knockback now. And then we're going to dodge the quacks. Quack. 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 Tanks 1, 2, and 3, pop your tanks on. Tanks go to positions, DPS to 3, healers in the middle. Tanks to positions, DPS to 3, healers in the middle. Tanks, make sure to pick up your lords. Sorry, your monks. We're going to go clockwise, start kiting now. Alright, everybody to the nearest notch. Everybody to the nearest notch. Make sure you get to the nearest notch. Tanks, invuln, sprint clockwise with your invulns. Healers, heal up. And resolve your push and pull debuff. Resolve your push and pull debuff in the notches. Resolve your push and pull debuff in the notches. Okay, keep kiting clockwise. Hide in the notches. Everybody hide in the notches. Everybody hide in the notches. Dodge the AoEs. Keep dodging, keep dodging. If you got any dead, make sure to res them. We're just going to be killing the Lord for now. You'll get your debuff, but you don't need to resolve it straight away. We'll move on to the next one. Hide in the notches. Hide, hide, hide in the notches. And back on the monk. And tanks, you can turn tank stance up apart from Faust. Alright, back on the boss. Make sure to stay away from the number 1. And there'll be a raid wide. Okay, now if you get a lightning bolt underneath your feet, take it to the edge of the arena and then come back when it drops off. Lightning bolts are out, take them to the edge. Make sure to keep resin as well. And we're going to get away from the boss soon. Get away from the boss, far, far away, far, far away. Alright, nice and close again. And I want everybody in the middle. Everybody in the middle. Unless you get the lightning bolt, take them out. Everybody dead center, please. Take the thunders out. And dead center on everybody. We're going to dodge that, get away from the prox marker, move away, move away, move away. Get nice and close, and we're going to dodge the quacks. Quack. 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 Great job. We are done. I think everybody got res. Thank you so much for the awesome resing during that fight. Very intense fight, that one. Make sure to pick up your loot. And then we're going to head to Queen. We love some quacks. Wait till you hear about the French word for quack. Delightful word, that.
Not again.
First thing first, let's sort some re-raisers. If you do not have a re-raiser equipped, and you do not have a re-raiser in your holster, I would love for you to come and stand on the B marker at the back. I'm going to hand out first, please, because I have so many to give out. So again, if you require a re-raiser, please come and stand on B. I have at least 6 to give out. I do understand that some people in the cutscene, yes, that's fine. And I think, Min, you've got some as well to hand out?
Yep.
Perfect, alright. Alright, again, if you need a re-raiser because you don't have one and you don't have one in your holster, go and stand on B.
Are you done?
This is my last one. Alright, you can go, Min. Thank you very much. And I need somebody with BR.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Love it. Okay. Awesome. And if you would now like Shell, let's go and stand on C. Once you have Shell, move inside the arena so it doesn't get given to you again. And yes, please check through parties. Make sure everybody has a re-raise. Me and Min are swimming in them. Literally. Okie dokie, here we are at Queen, the final encounter for this raid. This fight is a combination of mechanics that you have seen on normal mode, Queen's Guard mechanics that we've seen earlier in the raid, and 1 or 2 extra mechanics that you probably haven't seen yet if you haven't seen this fight. Okay? 10 ether shields is perfectly enough for this fight. This fight is about 9 minutes long, so 10 is fine. Okay, so now let's talk about how this works. The first thing I'm going to explain is Super Chess. The reason I'm going to explain Super Chess is I understand it's given a few people anxiety. It looks intimidating, but fear not. We are going to explain it super easy so that you get a hand of exactly what is going to happen, what to expect, and how you're going to solve it. So, first things first. When Super Chess happens, there is a safe spot. The safe spot will either be north of A or south of C. The safe spot is denoted by a blue square. Okay? That is your destination. That's where you want to end up at on the end of the mechanic. Second thing that's going to happen is the boss will despawn. That means you don't need to focus on doing damage at the same time. And then afterwards, you will be given some debuffs. And these debuffs will come in the form of Roman numerals. These Roman numerals can either be 2, 3, or 4. And if you want to see what they look like, they are in the run chat right now. Okay. Now, when you get these Roman numeral debuffs, you'll only get 2 of them. And the simplest thing to do is add them together. They will always equal either 5, 6, or 7 in some combination. So, for instance, 2 plus 3 is 5, 2 plus 4 is 6, and 3 plus 4 is 7. Okay? They will always equal 5, 6, or 7. Now, based on that, I will tell you where to stand. Okay? I will make a call out, something like 7 stand on 3, 6 in the corner, 5 on 4. That means if your debuffs add up to 7, stand on the 3 marker. 3 marker is the blue 3 marker closest to us. If they equal 6, you'll stand in the corner. And if they equal 5, you'll stand on number 4. Those are just example callouts. I may also call out something like 7 stand on C, 6 below D, 5 on 4. Okay? 6 and 7 are always right next to each other. 6 always starts on a white tile, and 5 and 7 always start on black. So, add your debuffs together, listen to the call out, that will tell you where to start. I will then also tell you how to move. For instance, in that call out, I will tell you to move in the 4 column. After the first cleaves have gone off, we will start moving towards the left-hand side of the arena if you are facing the safe spot. So make sure you're facing the safe spot. We'll move towards the left-hand side of the arena and follow it up until the number above your head disappears. Okay? So again, you'll have a number above your head. We'll keep moving until it disappears. When that number disappears, stop moving. We will wait for the second cleave because Super Chest is resolved in 2 movements. After the second cleave goes off, everybody can then move into the safe spot and that will resolve your Super Chest. Very, very important that it's resolved in 2 movements. Don't try to resolve Super Chest in 1 movement. Okay, so TLDR, safe spot will appear. Point your camera at it. Add your numbers together, 5, 6 or 7. Listen to the call out to know where to stand and start. Follow the call out for where you move to. When the number above your head disappears, stop moving. If you get a red doom marker above your head, move back 1 tile. And then everybody moves into the safe spot after the second movement. Nice and simple. Okay, that will resolve Super Chest. We'll see Super Chest twice, and after the second Super Chest, we will also probably have a heal limit rate to get everybody up. Alright, I'll now explain the rest of the mechanics. Just like in Trinity Avowed, the Raid Wide here hurts, gives you a bleed, it's not very nice. So we want an Ether Shield up for every Raid Wide. The Raid Wide is called Empyrean Iniquity, or God Save the Queen. And yes, wiggle check, move your characters. Use fireworks, get a nice G-pose in. Again, Raid Wides will need Ether Shields up, so make sure we do that. Very, very important. Tank Busters. Tank Busters hit twice with Cleansing Slash, and they apply a Bleed and a Doom. The way we cheese this is by having tanks that are Paladins or Gunbreakers use their invulns, because if they take no damage, then that also means effectively they don't get the Doom debuff, which is very important. I am looking for tanks 1, 2, and 3. I'm already going to assign some people. Love it. Got some amazing tanks there. Here. Alright, 1, 2, and 3. Sorted. All Gunbreakers. Absolutely delightful. Fantastic. Freya. After 2 or 3 GCDs, I recommend that you provoke. And immediately after Murder Chest, please make sure you provoke. Thank you very much. Alright, that is tank stuff sorted. Absolutely great. We will see Northwind Glow with Murder Chest. That basically makes one side of the arena unsafe. And then the guards will cleave from the side of the arena. We'll do some dancing between the waymarks. If you don't know where to stand, please feel free to follow the plus marker. I should be in a completely safe spot. That would be awesome. And let's talk about Relentless Plays. Relentless Plays, we'll see 4 of them, maybe 5. That we'll see 5. But these are Queen's Guard mechanics combined with Queen's mechanic. Relentless Play 1 is a Northwind Glow. Only one side of the arena is safe. Along with the wind tethers from Queen's Guard. Tethers go to wind, everybody else to lightning. And then point your open side to the gunner. The gunner will be on the northwest, just north of D. So please make sure you know where he is. And after his AoE goes off, we point our open side towards a turret on the side, just like Queen's Guard. Relentless Play 2 is a knockback with a Queen Cleave. We knock back to a safe spot, dodging the cleave. And then we dodge a second cleave, and the tethered robots, the tethered clones. Relentless Play 3 will have everybody stack up in one location, and then we'll do the Knight mechanic, which is inside the hitbox or away from the Knight, only in one safe direction. Again, you can follow the plus marker for that. And then we'll dodge the turret lasers. There'll be 4 turrets with lasers that point to you. You just need to dodge them. All 4 of them go off at the same time. Relentless Play 4 is a knockback with bombs and fire or ice. Now, the next thing I want to explain is the Dispel and Light Curtain mechanic. And when the boss casts God Save the Queen, she will summon a gauge on your screen that goes all the way up to 100. When it reaches 100, you'll hear a very, very audible ding from the game. When you hear that ding, every single person in this raid should use a light curtain, okay? Every holster has at least 2 light curtains. So when you hear the ding and when you hear me say light curtains on, I want everybody to use a light curtain. Very important. If you don't use the light curtain, you will probably die because you'll be near one of the lightning orbs. Keep that in mind. Okay? We may see the lightning orbs twice. That's why there's 2 light curtains in your holsters. So again, please make sure that you use your light curtains when I tell you to, and we'll also dispel the queen once we are safely inside our bubble shell. Very important. Okay? So dispels on the queen, make sure you use your light curtains. Alright. I think that's the majority of mechanics. Did somebody get AFK kicked from my party? I think so.
No,
That's
what's
sad.
the issues?
No, somebody's left my party.
Oh.
That's unfortunate. No drama.
His instance still says 47 out of 48.
Yeah, Archon's back. That's
Oh.
No, it says 47 out of 48.
Yeah.
because Archon's back and I've got one person who
Yeah.
got
but
AFK.
what- Yeah.
Unfortunate. I am sorry you got AFK kicked. That's why we say wiggle checks, use fireworks, etc., etc. That is really unfortunate. All right. Okay. I think that's all of the mechanics. Indeed, it is. Let's do ready checks. Now's a great time for food as well. Last time you should need it. Right. Slimes 1, Slimes 2, Slimes 3 is ready. Golems 1, Golems 2, Golems 3 is ready. Alright. 47 in the instance. Perfect. Tank stance is off, everybody. Only Freya should have that tank stance on. Countdown is starting. Cure forecasters, you can use Cure 4 on your party now. Make sure to keep bravery up throughout this whole fight. 3, 2, 1, let's go. You can face the boss towards us. You don't need to go to the opposite side. Ether shields up. Ether shields up. Ether shields up. Okay, first thing we'll see is murder chest. Okay, feel free to follow the plus marker for this. The middle is not going to be safe. Okay, we're going south. We're going south, 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 all the way south. And then we're going slightly to the left on 3. We're going to 3. And now 3D is safe. 3D is safe. Don't go in the middle. Hey, Tank Buster 1 is coming out. Please provoke. And Tank 1. Invuln now, Tank 1. And Tank 2, you can now provoke. Ether shields up. Ether shields up. Make sure to use Cure 4, heal up your party, give everybody bravery, and we'll see Super Chest 1. Alright, first thing you want to do is find the safe spot. Safe spot is safe on C, turn your camera towards it, bottom is safe, left is safe. 7 on 1, 6 in the corner, and 5 on B. 7 on 1, 6 in the corner, 5 on Bravo. 7 on 1, 6 in the corner, 5 on Bravo. Okay, start moving towards the left and forwards. If you get red above your head, move back 1 tile. And now let's head into the safe spot. Everybody into the safe spot, even if it kills you. It's better to die inside the safe spot than outside. Alright, not bad. Awesome. Back on the bus. You can use
Re-raise
your
this
buff.
if you decide.
And ether shields up. Ether shields up. Ether shields up. Alright. The gauge has now appeared. When it reaches 100, you'll hear a ding. Use your light curtain at that point. Light curtains now, light curtains now. Everybody turn your light curtains on. Everybody light curtain on. And you can start dispelling the queen. And everybody inside the shell. Everybody inside the shell. Okay. Relentless Play 1 is coming up next. The gunner is on northwest. If you are tethered, you'll be taking wind. Gunner is on northwest. Tethered will be taking wind, but we're going to wait for North Swain Glow. It's going to be north. Everybody go north. Everybody go north. Tethered go to wind puddle. Everybody else to lightning. Put your open side to the gunner. The gunner is by D. Open side to a turret on the side. Back on the bus. Tank Buster 2 is coming up next. You can invuln now. Make sure to eschew the Faust. And tank 3 you can provoke. Thank you very much. Alright, let's have everybody in the middle. Everybody in the middle. Again, for this, you can follow the plus marker.
Save your burst.
The boss will disappear soon. Nice. Okay, we're going to knock back towards B2. Stand on the plus. Okay, face the queen. And we're going to go towards the queen on the right. Over here on the plus. Great job, everybody. If you've got any dead, you can raise them. And ether shields up for the raid wide. Make sure to use Cure 4, heal up your party. And if you have any dead, continue to raise them. Hold your burst, she will disappear soon. Super Chest 2 is coming up. Find the safe spot, it's north on A. Left is unsafe, bottom is safe. So 5 on 3, 6 below C, 7 to the right. 5 on 3, 6 below C, 7 on the number 7 marker. 5 on 3, 6 in the middle, 7 on the 7 marker. For this one, we are playing in the 3 and D column. Do not go in the 4 column. Play in the 3 and D column. We're not playing in the 4 column. Alright. And now everybody can go into the safe spot. All the way into the safe spot, all the way in. Even if it kills you, go into the safe spot. It's better to die inside the safe spot. Alright. We're going to save the LBs. Just continue to arise, people, please. Continue to arise, people. You can use your burst now. Tank number 3 is going to invuln. And just get everybody up with arises. And everybody stack up on A. I want everybody to stack on A. Very tight. The sword is going to move towards us. And it's going to be out. So we're going to need to go far away from the knight when it teleports. Okay, we're going left, left, left towards 2. We're going to dodge the lasers. Follow the plus. No, don't follow the plus. I suck. Light curtains up, and use limit breaks. Get everybody up if you have any dead. Get everybody up, everybody up. I don't think we got anybody with that. We did. Hey, one dead. Not bad. Not bad. Alright, congratulations everybody. That is a lot of brand new achievements. We are going to head to the back, take some nice pictures with fireworks. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 nuclears. Congratulations Selena on 5 clears, and Gwyn on 5 clears too. 15 nuclears, well done. I did count that correctly, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Delightful. Alright, let's head to the back. And yes, happy birthday Yu, happy birthday Han. Let's have you guys at the front. What a delightful day to have a birthday on. Just so happened to coincide with the DRS run.
By
All right.
pure coincidence.
By pure coincidence, right? Let's have everybody please use a nice firework now. And once fireworks have been used, you can enter G-pose. Enter G-pose, enter G-pose. Get a really nice picture of the fireworks. These fireworks are delightful. So awesome. I love it. I'm going to do one more and then enter again. Where is my wings?